What's going on YouTube? JTuserborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Teen Titans Academy issue number 5. This one's written by Tim Sheridan, and picks up kind of after the events of issue number 4. We also had that, the Teen Titans Yearbook Special Edition thing. There was some crossover stuff with the Suicide Squad, and it's all done within like the first couple issues of this kind of book. Like I feel like this book really hasn't had the time to kind of just be standing on its own thing. Like immediately, like it's already like, oh, we're at the end of the semester. I'm like, really? Like I never felt like we were really at this school. Really got the chance to know very many of these kids. They just felt like, okay, right as soon as it began, we're already at a crossover. And then you have the Titans, then you have the Teen Titans, then you have the Teen Titans Academy people, and you have the whole Red X mystery, which is just going to drag on and on, even by the kind of end of this thing. It's just kind of just going to continue to keep dragging on. At one point, Red X unmasks himself in front of the Bat Pack, and they're like, no way! And like, of course, we the audience don't see it because, well, they want to drag this thing on and on for probably ever. Like, that's the only thing I think that I guess is keeping this thing going is the mystery of Red X, because like I really don't feel like there's been very good character development for a lot of the new students. In fact, half the time I don't even remember half their names. Like this issue, we have the Bat Pack, who out of all the students, I guess has been kind of the best of them all. But like this still feels kind of like disconnected in some ways from the Academy stuff because it's mostly just a flashback issue into the origins of Diego, also known as Chupacabra. We also have Bratgirl, and then we have, I'll just say his guy's name again, Megabat. Megabat, that's right. See what I mean? Like, I just read this thing like twice, and then I just kind of forget the name of the character. But yeah, so they're all fans of Batman. Nightwing initially kind of recruits them to join. Of course, like they do some flashbacks of their time at this home of sorts, like the Beaumont home for children, and it lets you know that it's a flashback by plastering the words flashback all over the entire panels. Why they found this to be necessary, I don't know, because look, you can see it right here, flashback, flashback, flashback. We get it, it's a flashback, and I just didn't really see the need for it. But anyways, so at least this issue is focused on a smaller group of characters, and I do appreciate that. I didn't hate this issue by any means. I'm just saying, like, my overall, like, kind of disappointment in this run in general. And, like, this is supposed to be, like, the end of, like, the first semester. And I really feel like there's not been, like, one kind of good long-term story arc that's been wrapped up. I never really felt like I went on a journey with these kids. I never really felt like I got to the end of something. Like, in fact, I don't even know what to really expect with this book every week, because it just feels like there's just kind of so much going on. And I'm like, what even is the long overarching story? Is it Red X? Is it just the mystery of who that character is? And in which case, like, who even is Red X at this point? What defines his character? Like, I feel like we really should be getting some more characterization for Red X at this point, because he tries at one point to kind of give these kids an offer, and it really doesn't make any sense. Like, why would these kids kind of join up with him? But anyways, so the backpack goes in. There's a lot of missing orphan children. So again, I like the fact that they're kind of going on their own little detective case and trying to solve some mysteries. I think that's kind of good. They're all inspired by Batman. And one of them gets taken away by this doctor who's kind of in cahoots with Kirk Langstrom, the Man-Bat guy, and they test some experimental stuff on him, and he ends up becoming Chupacabra at one point. He's not really even traumatized by it, or like he really kind of has no reaction to the whole thing. He's just like, this is so Drac. Like, there's some really cringy, how do you do fellow kids dialogue, as I like to call it, where it tries to be really hip, but it just comes across as cringy. Anybody who says, oh my gosh, this is so Drac, I'm like, oh god, like I can't tell like at this point if it's meant to be kind of a parody of stuff or if it's genuine at this point. Because if it's genuine, it's awful. Or if it's kind of poking fun and it's intentionally done to be really cheesy, then I may have some more appreciation for it. But as of right now, it comes across as kind of cringe because I think if this was kind of delivered like say a TV show delivering it or live action, like you can't really tell if there's sarcasm behind it or not. If it's done like, wow, that's so cool, like just in kind of a tone like that, then I can see it kind of making fun of kind of that cheesy dialogue, but like it just comes across as kind of cringeworthy. So yeah, they come across this guy and he's pretty much like Man-Bat, but not really. And he gets stopped in probably the most easy, pathetic way possible. Nightwing just blows a little dog whistle, and it leaves me kind of wondering, like, is that all it really takes to stop like Man-Bat is just to blow a little dog whistle? I feel like that just makes every confrontation with every type of Man-Bat in history just seem kind of pathetic. All it takes is just to blow a whistle, and then that's it. That's how you stop Man-Bat. Why is that character even a threat at this point? It just kind of like it kind of weakens them. It just kind of makes them seem like kind of useless with this whole formula thing. But yeah, so the one kid Diego becomes like Chupacabra, and again, this is them telling the characters kind of telling their whole backstory to Red X about like how they kind of came to be. Nightwing recruits them to Teen Titans Academy. And then Red X is like, I see. And, like, that's the whole story. Like, yeah, we embellished a bit. There's some creepy looking artwork. Like, I don't know what's up with this kid's face here. It looks like a really big troll face. I don't know. That just kind of seemed kind of off-putting a bit, too. But, yeah, so Red X unmasks himself. And, of course, he doesn't show us who he is, because then we'd actually get, like, a conclusion to this Red X mystery, which they're going to drag on and on. I don't know how long they're going to drag this thing on for, but they better get some answers or really something at this point, because we've really been given not much in terms of hints who this character is, and it'll probably be some obscure character that had maybe like 2 lines in the whole thing. I'm just waiting for this to amount to something, or if they never show him, then whatever. So yeah, we got that going on. Red X tries to give them an offer, and his offer makes no sense. Like, why would these kids join up with this guy who's caused them a ton of problems? He's like, yeah, this school's a disaster, just like that home you kids were at. You're all just cannon fodder. They're not telling you everything. You're like, all you are to them is artillery and stuff. Which, why would they trust this guy instead of Nightwing? Nightwing has done a lot of good for them. He's taken them in. He's given them a place to, learn their powers and try to become better heroes. But yeah, sure, let's believe Red X, the character who has caused so much chaos for this entire school and caused a lot of problems and endangering the lives of the students. But yeah, let's trust Red X over Nightwing. Give me a break. Nightwing's the one who brought them to Teen Titans Academy. Like, why would anybody join up with this guy? I have no idea. Oh, he unmasked himself. Why they don't tell him, I don't know. And of course, he seems to know wherever Nightwing is at any moment in time. And they're like, yeah, you did it. Congratulations. You finished the semester. Good, I guess. I guess it's over. I don't know. Like I said, the direction of this book is just kind of all over the place. Like, I'm just waiting for it to kind of amount to something really meaningful. Really, this book should be separated into a couple things. Like, I like the fact that the last 2 issues were kind of focusing on the Bat Pack, just focusing on the characters instead of just trying to cram so much into it. I think it's better off. Really, if you're gonna, I would have appreciated this book more if it was maybe just the Bat Pack and then maybe like Damien's previous team and then maybe your team, because like having everyone else kind of thrown in there, it's just like you're not really. Like, not everyone is given enough time to shine. So that's kind of like still kind of an ongoing criticism, because we're 5 issues into this thing. Well, 6 kind of if you count or 6, like 7, 8, maybe 9. Because you got to count the 2 Future State issues, which Future State is an alternate future, which we didn't really. Those were kind of overstuffed, and then we also had the annual and the crossover stuff. With the Suicide Squad. I mean, we're this far into this book, and we had so many things kind of going on, and I don't really feel a good overarching story with this thing. I mean, they have the mystery with Red X, but that's kind of just about it. I mean, they have a few other things, like smaller things going on in here, like Shazam's powers and Raven's premonitions, but not enough time on all those different plot lines. I really feel like this should have been split up into a couple books, but overall consensus, I didn't hate this issue by any means. I think the artwork is fine. And I do feel like the book is kind of getting just a little bit better when it focuses on, like, just a smaller group of characters rather than trying to cram everything into just like one issue. So I hope the book kind of continues this thing where it's kind of just focusing on a smaller group of characters, maybe for an entire arc or something, and then kind of go back to the other kids and stuff. But I don't know, there's still a few things that left me feeling kind of like wonky about this whole entire setup, but I don't know, that's just me. What are your thoughts on Teen Titans Academy number 5? So I think this issue overall is just kind of okay. I didn't really hate it, didn't really like it either. It's just another issue of Teen Titans Academy. It didn't leave me angry or anything like that, or massively complaining about how a lot of this doesn't really make sense. But it's just kind of at this point, I've kind of grown numb to it. I'm like, it's just something that just kind of happens. Could be a lot worse, but it could also be a lot better. So it's okay. Overall, it's just okay. So yep, that's all I got to say about Teen Titans Academy number 5. What did you think of it? Tell me your thoughts in the comments section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content. And as always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.